Hello, we are the India project team, which is conducting the BARM International Program at Seoul Women's University in Korea. We realize that the problem of digital sexual harassment is getting more serious in this digital period. To help you with this, we filmed an educational video on digital sexual harassment. Contents of video are definition, current situation, and preventing, responding, recovering from digital sexual harassment. First, definition of digital sexual harassment. Digital sexual harassment is sexual recognition-based harassment that occurs online and offline through digital devices and information and communication technology, and the act of photographing, distributing, threatening, storing, and exhibiting the other person's body without consent, and violating the sexual autonomy and personal rights of others in cyberspace. And types of digital sexual harassment. Illegal filming is filming a part of the body or a specific act. And dissemination is distribute sexual photographs taken with consent and sexual photographs taken without consent to group chat rooms, SNS, adult sites, and communities without consent. Also, the threat of dissemination is a threat to distribute of sexual material and production of false videos, and spreading is synthesizing and editing the faces of celebrities or ordinary people in obscene materials. And possession, purchase, storage, viewing is download or view of illegal filming, or distribution. Distribution and consumption are platform operators and users, such as adult sites, and race spreaders who spread damage. Also, sexual exploitation and grooming of children and adolescents is a demand for higher-level photographs using the distribution of photographs taken and transmitted by underage victims themselves as a means of intimidation. And sexual harassment is defamation or insult, including sexual content, within cyberspace. Provide unwanted sexual images or images. And let's understand about characteristics of digital sexual harassment. Sharing methods such as P2P, where files are shared between individuals, or torrent, where all distributed fragmented files can be downloaded, are introduced. Digital sexual violence consists of one majority of victims and perpetrators. Second is the current situation of digital sexual harassment. In the European Union, 1 in 10 women reports having experienced cyber harassment since the age of 15. In Pakistan, the Hamara Internet study revealed that 40% of women had faced various forms of harassment on the Internet. In this fourth industrial revolution period, digital sexual harassment is a serious problem. The third is recommendations for preventing digital sexual harassment. There are 5 precautions. First, you need to be careful when sending or uploading your personal information. Personal information such as photos can be abused for crimes. Second, do not click on internet links or files sent by strangers. Be aware of text messages with links. Third, if a stranger asks for personal information, consult with people around you. If someone you don't know threatens to distribute your photos or videos, don't try to solve them alone, and consult with people around you. Fourth, if someone you don't know tries to give you a gift such as a game item, you should refuse. In particular, caution is needed in conversations with strangers met on online and chat applications. Fifth, ask the police for help when you are afraid of shooting, distributing, or threatening. Even if you are afraid, don't delete the damage and keep it as evidence. Fourth is how to respond to digital sexual harassment. There are 6 types of response to digital sexual harassment. First type of digital sexual harassment is being watched by hidden camera. When you know you are a victim, you must keep in mind this is not your fault. And the most important thing is that sexual harassment can be resolved effectively when you let cops or counselor know as soon as possible. In case of identifying perpetrator, collect evidence you have of who you think did it and report to police. and documentation is critical to preserve evidence of the attack, in case you need to report to law enforcement. Second type of digital sexual harassment is being circulated online without consent. Before being circulated online without consent, there would be threats and distress. Need solace and support to the victim, all the way. In case of supporting an incident being circulated online, confidentiality is vital. It is very important that they trust you to keep information private, especially if you are a counselor. And you need to collect such as username, URL, and any context about the incident. And report all incidents to the designated organization. Third type of digital sexual harassment is online grooming. Don't blame the victim and the people around her or him. If a friend or loved one is the subject of grooming, it's important to keep open lines of communication with them. Fourth type of digital sexual harassment is online sexual abuse and bullying. First, through initial consultation, you have to identify the types of sexual abuse and bullying in cyberspace, such as insults, defamation, and so on. After that, identify the platform, presence or absence of photographs. Fifth type of digital sexual harassment is sextortion. Never comply with requests. Don't send images, videos, or money. Stop all communication immediately and report the sextortion incident to the proper authorities. The fifth is recovering from digital sexual harassment. Digital sexual harassment can threaten mental health in that it is seen in a way that I myself do not want to someone. It is difficult to prevent the spread, and the damage to the spread is repeated. In addition, it can constrain daily life and cause significant changes in life. Therefore, it is necessary to learn emotional control and problem-solving skills to control the pain of sexual harassment and to fight for the resolution of the case while protecting my life completely. Damage caused by digital sexual harassment can appear as a symptom of complex post-traumatic stress. Complex post-traumatic stress symptoms include repeated experiences of incident-related memories and emotional reactions, avoiding incident-related circumstances, persistent hyperawareness and tension, difficulty in controlling emotions, negative thoughts about oneself, and difficulty in feeling intimate and marginalized in interpersonal relationships. After the digital sexual harassment incident, it may appear to avoid the incident, and on the contrary, you may experience a daily life collapsing because you are focused only on solving the case. This chapter includes these contents: restoring the balance of daily life, keeping the balance in the midst of repeated damage, controlling dangerous emotions, mitigating self-criticism and self-loathing, and learning skills to solve life problems. If survivors stop criticizing themselves, understand digital sexual harassment, and center their life through technology that continues their life, survivors can gain the efficacy that digital sexual harassment can never transform their lives, and then regain a sense of dignity. Chapter 1: Understanding Our Emotions. Lesson aims: knowing that every emotion you experience after an incident is valid and valuable. When should you use it? When it's hard to feel emotions. When you want to know the meaning and value of emotions you feel. Let's understand that the emotional response after the incident is natural and reasonable. Sorrow, mistrust, guilt, shame are natural feelings. Crying from sad feelings signals that we need help and comfort. We can receive comfort and help from people around us who receive the signal. This allows us to empathize more and work together. We can gauge who's on our side, who's safe, who's dangerous, through feelings of distrust. This feeling of distrust is also born to survive, so you have to embrace it. Guilt is the driving force behind my recovery from my mistakes. And shame is the foundation that turns me into who I want to be. You can feel guilty and ashamed, but remember that you don't have to blame or be ashamed of yourself. Chapter 2: Understanding Our Body. Lesson aims: finding the natural circulation of the body and its resilience. When should you use it? when you want to solve and release your body's emotions. Let's take good care of our bodies, because it's important to feel the current feeling of our bodies and make them disappear. 1. Breathe out with your mouth. 2. Feel the muscles in your face when you breathe. 3. Drink a cup of warm tea. 4. Feel the warmth and aroma of warm tea with your body. 5. Use this activity to restore your current feeling. Chapter 3. Understanding Self-Compassion. Lesson Aims. Mitigating self-criticism and self-loathing. When should you use it? When you need to collect evidence, when you're overwhelmed by self-criticism. Let's practice being generous to ourselves, because blame for ourselves exhausts us and makes us unable to fight. 1. Breathe slowly in a stable position to let go of the body's conscious tension. 2. Find a voice that condemns yourself. 3. Recognize how you feel when you hear a voice criticizing you. 4. Realize that you've suffered from self-criticism. 5. Find the wise and benevolent voice in you. 6. Put your hands on the heart and feel the warmth. 7. Tell yourself a warm message. Chapter 4. Recognizing our feelings. Lesson Aims. Understanding our feelings clearly. When should you use it? When you're confused, when you don't know what you want. Emotion recognition is a technique that clearly identifies what I'm experiencing now. There are 2 skills. 1. Observing the emotions. 2. Scoring the intensity of the emotions. Skill 1. Observing the emotions. Breathe as long and slow as possible during this process. And observe your emotions in the next 6 steps. 1. How does my body feel now? 2. What am I thinking now? 3. How do I feel the urge to act now? 4. What am I doing now? 5. What are the situations and stimuli that triggered me? 6. Did my past memories or my present condition affect my feelings now? And the thing to be careful about is don't blame or evaluate what you've discovered. Name your emotions. For examples: anger, sadness, fear, disgust, guilt, shame, jealousy, envy, joy, love, etc. Skill 2. Scoring the intensity of the emotions. Score your emotions from 0 to 5 in 6 steps. 0. I don't feel anything. 1. I can feel the emotions lightly. 2. I feel a sense of emotion, and I'm slightly influenced. 3. I can definitely feel the emotion, but I can still control my thoughts. 4. I feel the emotion strongly and it's hard to control my thoughts. 5. I can't control it completely, and I can hurt myself and others, or do something I regret. And the thing to be careful about is if your score is 4 or higher, stop. Be merciful until the intensity of your emotions decreases. Chapter 5. Dealing with negative thoughts. Lesson Aims. Recognizing thoughts without being overwhelmed by them. When should you use it? When you're overwhelmed with negative thoughts. When you can't do anything because you have a lot of thoughts. Let's practice being free from the power of thought that controls you. Here are 5 ways to recognize our thoughts. First, attention shift. 1. Do other activities that shift your attention. 2. Move your body and focus on something else. Second, clouds, clouds, clouds. 1. Think of the clouds that slowly pass over the sky. 2. Put your thoughts on the slow-flowing clouds. 3. Wait for the clouds that burn your thoughts to pass out of the sky. Third, making your thoughts unfamiliar. 1. Say out loud and repeat the thoughts that make you hard. 2. Speak fast until that thought feels like a meaningless text. 3. Imagine that thought enters one ear and exits the other, as if you were listening to a foreign language. 4. Realize that your thoughts can't affect you at all. Fourth, thinking distancing. 1. When you think of something, say thinking, thinking, thinking. 2. Raise your finger in your mind and point at your thoughts. 3. Say, you're just a thought, not me. Fifth, come back to your senses. 1. Feel the feeling of your body when you think of something that's giving you a hard time. 2. Notice which areas are strongly felt. 3. Now notice the area that you think is the most opposite of that area. 4. Focus on the area and stay there. Chapter 6. Discovering Us Again. Lesson aims: finding the meaning of your life and committing to it. When should you use it? When you want to continue writing the story of your life without stopping. Let's plan our future selves. 1. The time you chose. Regardless of whether it's 6 months or a year from now, imagine yourself wanting to be. 2. Your feasible self. Imagine what you want to be. Imagine it realistically and positively. Write down the imagination in detail. 3. Strengths of your personality. Write down the strengths of your personality. Write down what strengths you would use to make your imagination a reality. 4. Small goals and activity plans you can start now. Write down a small goal and activity plan that you can start now to be who you want to be. The sources used in the video are as follows. We hope this video will help you. Thanks for watching.